What's up, Lorehounds? It's Koopa here in the Heroes of the Storm booth, where Rags is back. We're here with Alan, who's helping us out, the tech director over Heroes of the Storm. So, well, let's start with the obvious. We have Ragnaros and we have Varian. That surprise of Ragnaros being in there was awesome. Did you guys expect a pop? Or because he came back out and he was like, oh, by the way, Rags is real.
Yeah, the video was kind of funny because it was focused so much on Varian.
I fight for my kingdom.
I mean, we always were going to present both of them, and it was really cool, the reaction from the crowd when we were like, oh yeah, by the way, Ragnaros is also going in.
And he's coming out sometime in December is the plan?
Yeah, first Varian will come out, and then Ragnaros will follow after that.
Okay. And, we've asked this a couple times. You guys have so many characters. You're up to almost 60 now, I believe, and 12 battlegrounds. Do you just have a list of characters, and you just throw a dart and, let's do that guy now?
It's completely random. We roll dice and we pick. No, actually, we do have a very long list. I mean, one of the cool things about the Blizzard universe is we have so many different characters, heroes, villains, everything. And so there's a lot to pull from. But the way we go about choosing that is a very kind of magical, complicated thing where there's what heroes do we need in the game, what kind of roles do we need, and what heroes might fit those roles. What universes are maybe a little bit underrepresented. We might need, a Diablo hero or a StarCraft hero. What do players want? What's timely? What's, epic? What do we want? What do the art team want? So there's all these things that go into it, and ultimately we kind of figure out, okay, you know what? This is what we're going to do now. This is the cool thing that's going to hit as many of those points as we can.
And I want to see that Excel spreadsheet where you have this huge formula in there for that. So is Varian more the timely? Because, he only exploded into Fel energy a little while ago.
It was probably a combination of timeliness, but also it was a cool opportunity for us to do one of these different things that I think Heroes is kind of known for, where we're trying to really change what people might expect from games in this genre. And so one of the cool things here is that we're making a hero that truly can play as multiple different roles, where previously, obviously with our talent system, there's a lot of customizability, and you can really change how you play a given hero within their role. But the cool thing about Varian is you can play two completely different roles, full-on tank or full-on, attacker, DPS.
Yeah, there's no, just kind of fine-tuning the healing. He's complete DPS or complete tank. So are you guys really looking for draft kind of stuff to go off the chains because of that you don't know what the person may go with him?
So that is going to be very interesting, actually, in draft scenarios, because now that other team picked a Varian, and you're like, okay, are they going to go tanky or are they going to go more damage dealing? And now you actually have to maybe counterpick to accommodate either. And so I think that's actually going to be add a whole nother strategic element to the draft experience, and I'm excited to see what players do.
So, at the same time, so that's adding the complexity there. But now you have also Ragnaros, which is, he can be a fort, right? He's a boss in the game. So that also kind of changes completely what you can do. Are you expecting a total different lane mentality out of him?
So the cool thing about Ragnaros, I think, for me, is specifically the Molten Core trait, where he can take over that fort. And it's such a cool experience because, number one, it makes you feel epic. You're like this true, WoW raid boss that's just raining meteors from the sky and swinging that hammer around. But also, he's got a lot of kind of utility as well, in the sense that he does have great lane presence. He can deal out a lot of damage. He's got good sustain. That Molten Core also can kind of act as a zoning ability, in the sense that the opposing team has to decide, do I actually engage with this or do I run away? And so I think there's a lot of cool things that Ragnaros will bring to the game. Also, I'm super excited to see Lava Wave in practice as well. Just this incredible heroic where just this wave of lava kind of comes from your core and goes down one entire lane to the other core. And you're you see it coming, and it's not super fast. And so it's a matter of, well, do we just all get out of that lane, or, what do we do? And so I think there's going to be a lot of cool experiences with Rag as well.
So you guys continue to redefine really what to expect, right? You added Murky, a guy who's just meant to die all the time. Now you have Ragnaros, where you take over a fort. Is there anything you guys haven't messed with behind the scenes?
Yes, there are tons of things we have not messed with, and I think that's one of the awesome things about Heroes, is that really there are no limits. We can continue to just go crazier and crazier, and I think we will. We're going to keep on pushing what people might expect from games in this space, and we're going to keep adding really cool, epic experiences like Ragnaros, like Cho'Gall that we added last year, other crazy things like Murky and Abathur and the Lost Vikings. And, obviously we've also got our more bread and butter heroes that can be straight up damage dealers, and they're awesome and they're fun to play and they're compelling in their own right. But then we've also got these heroes that kind of are completely different and are very compelling and exciting and give you a different experience in the game.
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for you guys to just let us mess with the map itself. right? Like as Cthulhu, right? Like we just change the map as gameplay goes on. Any chance in that?
You've just put it on the list. I'm going to go back and talk to the guys right now.
So has this kind of caused the brawl part of the game to come to fruition and actually be playable? Because like you guys just tune so much behind the scenes, you're like, let's just put it out there and see what people do.
Yeah, I mean, that's the cool thing about Brawl is I just got done talking about how, like, Heroes of the Storm itself, we're trying to, like, really stand out in games in this space. The Heroes Brawl mode within the game is trying to, like, kind of break Heroes of the Storm itself in the sense that we're trying to stand out even more within the game in the sense that we can try out all kinds of wacky ideas. You know, some of them might be as simple as playing on an existing map, but completely changing the game rules, you know, making attacks super fast, making abilities all crazy, doing whatever we want. And then we can also do other varied experiences like making entire new brawls themselves, new battlegrounds, like what we're doing with Blackheart's Revenge. That's going to be coming out soon in the future here, where we've really designed an entirely new map layout. We have new victory conditions. It's an asymmetric map where really only one team has a core and one team is attacking and the other team is defending against them. And so it's an area where we can explore, do all kinds of cool stuff. And then if it's popular and people like it, we can keep on jamming on that, iterating, making cool new things, and maybe even eventually bringing it into the full game outside of Brawl. Or
so that's almost like a play test for Battlegrounds potentially?
Potentially, yeah. It's definitely a space where we can explore. Like, there's no real risk in us putting it in there because it's a week long. If it didn't work out, okay, no worries. We just won't use it again. But I think there'll be a lot of cool games that people will have where we're going to learn things, and then either we're going to make new brawls that keep on in that vein, or we're going to bring that out, you know, outside of the brawl space.
So we have a couple of release dates to talk about. We have Varian is coming November 15th, if I'm not mistaken, and then we have Ragnaros coming sometime in December. And then when's Blackheart's Revenge coming?
Blackheart's Revenge, I think, should be before the end of the year as well.
All right. So got a whole bunch of new content in Heroes of the Storm, folks. Let's go check it out.